I'm David Fetter, Executive Editor Technical for Prepared Foods, and welcome to a Prepared Foods special presentation on formulating foods to help benefit digestive health, a key component in regulating immunity. Today, we'll focus on a company that takes one of the most popular food products around, pasta, and boosts its already favorable digestive health profile by using trending sources of fiber, flours, and starches. Joining us today is Zilian Cheuk, Head of Innovation, and Hugo Perez, an executive for ZenB US Incorporated, makers of pastas, sauces, and snacks from yellow peas. Today, Zilian and Hugo will share a brief overview on their latest progress in creating pea-based versions of that fundamental pantry commodity. Welcome, Zilian and Hugo.
Thanks for having me.
Glad to have you. This has been a time of like a perfect storm of food and health trends that it can't have come at a better time for ZenB. There's the renaissance in fiber that has digestive health front and center. There's gluten-free, non-GMO, keto movements. And then, lately there's been this huge demand by consumers for clean labels and natural ingredients. Like I said, all this couldn't have come at a better time, could it?
David, we agree. It is a wonderful time for a company like ZenB. As you described this perfect storm of trend and health and wellness, what we see is that there are a lot of compromises that people have to make. Whether it is the cleanliness of the ingredient deck, the taste of the product, the texture of the product, a whole host of compromises people have to settle. And we want to make it so you don't have to settle. ZenB's mission is to provide a new way of thinking about what plants can do for you, for your meals, for your body, for the planet. And we take an approach so that people can get food that they enjoy, that delivers the qualities that they want without having to make those compromises. So ZenB's philosophy is based on whole. It all starts with our name, ZenB, which comes from the Japanese word zenbu, which means whole. It showcases our commitment to developing products from whole plant ingredients. So we're looking to use as much of the plant as possible, the skin, the stem, the seeds. Right now, we are choosing to focus on the yellow pea. Right. We think that it has really great nutritional benefits, and it has a wonderful, light, nutty flavor, which makes for a really great base for formulating a lot of the products that we would like to formulate. So really our goal is how can we showcase what plants can do, taste great, feel great, do wonderful things for the planet.
Well, I think that ZenB has another significant advantage that many similar products don't. I've tried it. The product really does make an excellent textural mimic of wheat pasta. So just from a technical standpoint, how did you guys nail that texture so well? I mean, it's a perfect texture.
Yeah. David, I'm really glad you picked up on that. It's something that our team here have spent, I want to say years, but a lot of time really working on. Legumes have a ton of nutritional benefit, but unlike wheat, it doesn't have gluten, and the starch composition is different and it's lower. So it's really hard to get that al dente texture that people love and come to expect from wheat pasta. So our team has, really spent a ton of time. I would say we've developed a completely new and different process for creating pasta, starting from the raw ingredient. How do we treat it and process it every step along the way until you get to put in the pasta into the box? So we created a completely new process. If you ask our food scientists, they have gone through dozens of trials and iterations, fine-tuning process parameters, fine-tuning the recipes, the equipment, so that we can not only deliver a great tasting product, but deliver it consistently. Because I think oftentimes one of the challenges with some of these healthier products is it's great in one batch, and then it's not in the other. So we want to do great stuff, but do it consistently. And kudos to the team. We were able to do this with one single ingredient. And on top of that, they went through to the extra step of figuring out how can we incorporate the yellow pea skin. Our philosophy is whole. We want to retain as much of the nutrient as possible. And by incorporating the skin, we actually have more fiber in our product. So far, like yourself, consumer feedback has been very positive. They appreciate the texture. They do think it is the best out there, based on what we're hearing. So we're really happy with how that's going.
So by using the whole pea, as you mentioned, skins and all,
Mm-hmm.
you're getting the high fiber, you're getting the high protein, but you're saying it also is contributing to these great texture advantages, right?
I think it's both. I think part of it is looking for all elements of the ingredient to help us get to the properties we want. But there is a lot of science, but art as well, in terms of how the bean is converted to a flour and then how we actually make it. There are so many steps in the process. I'm pretty shocked myself.
Well, I wouldn't want you to give away anything
Yeah.
proprietary.
So definitely a lot
Yeah.
of unique and proprietary adaptations.
So,
David, if I can add in
sure.
there, you mentioned something earlier. You said it's a mimic to wheat pasta, and frankly, one of the things that we've been enjoying and hearing the consumer feedback is that they feel it's an analog. So we position our products as not substitutes, but as primary choices because they're equally as good from a texture, a taste, a flavor point of view. So you don't have to make that sacrifice anymore when you're going for a vegetable-based product like this. You have something that's equally as good as an original choice right from the beginning.
Right, and that's key because in the early days of gluten-free pastas, they were awful. 1 minute in the pot and they turn into mush. So you guys seem to have conquered that. Now, there's also the health advantages, though, and I was wondering if, and either of you can answer this, if you have delved at ZenB deeper into the advantages of the yellow pea pasta, if there are any prebiotic advantages.
Okay, you want me to take this one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. From a prebiotic standpoint, I would say that the food science is pretty clear. We know that yellow peas are one of the best sources of resistant starch, which is a prebiotic fiber that has been proven to provide digestive health and immunity benefits. I would say our focus right now is actually educating consumers. The science says fiber is great for you. We need more of it, and consumers are not getting enough in their diet. So, that's our main focus is how do we explain this in a way that's accessible? At ZenB, we have an internal group of experts that we call the Plant Council. It comprises of dietitians, food scientists, chefs, and other food experts. And we work with them to help to find new, accessible, interesting ways to educate consumers across a number of topics. And one of them is the benefit of prebiotic fiber.
Right, and then from what I understand, well, with peas, you're talking also high source of iron, minerals.
Mm-hmm.
Are there any other vitamins or minerals or health aspects and benefits that yellow peas have that we can mention? Hugo,
as the science continues to unfold, there's a lot of research and understanding that's being done into all the different vitamins and minerals that are available in the yellow pea. Right now, we do not make claims on any of those specifically because there's still ongoing research to define very specifically. But as a product that's fully vegan, it's something that we're growing in organic settings. We can draw out vitamins and minerals that grow as part of the fuel that's being fed into those plants as they grow. They're low allergens. They're just a vital component of a lot of meal plans and a wide range of eating habits and approaches.
So even though you're not ready to put a claim on a package, what specific vitamins and minerals are you looking at in yellow peas for the eventual inclusion, say, into the nutrition panel of the product?
From the work that we've been doing and the research that's been out there, we see that there's vitamins B1, B2, B3, B6, and a variety of other minerals and trace minerals that are all important to human health and the way that our bodies develop and the fuel that we need. In addition, there's potassium, there's magnesium, calcium, zinc, and items like that that also contribute, that we're in the midst of validating to make sure that we can make those proper claims.
Excellent, excellent. So, while I've got you, Hugo, I know that ZenB recently launched a line of sauces. What's next on the pasta front and on other product front from ZenB? And actually, either of you can answer this.
Yeah.
Well, let me start, and then I'm going to hand it over to Zilian, because this is Zilian's part of the world. But it gets me excited because as an executive with this team, I get to look out on the horizon and see that although yellow peas are where we're at right now and pasta is where we're starting, the opportunities are wide and broad, and we're excited, right, Zilian?
Yep, absolutely. Our pipeline is very broad. We are looking across many food categories and all the different eating occasions. So in the coming months, expect something that is beyond the pasta category. But let me take a moment to talk about a couple of the things that we launched recently and kind of tee up something that is coming up in, I would say, like a couple weeks.
Oh, wow. Please do.
So back in June, so 2 months ago, we were so excited and still is excited to launch ZenB's spaghetti, which has the same great taste and texture as our short pasta. If you don't know this, spaghetti is actually the most common pasta form. Mm-hmm. So to be able to provide something that is nutritious and gluten-free and has the same al dente texture, we think it's going to be a big hit with consumers. Back in January of this year, we launched a brand new pasta shape called Agile. It is a quick cooking pasta, so it cooks in 3 minutes and has 17 grams of protein, 11 grams of fiber per serving, all with one single ingredient, the yellow pea. Wow. So, that's the amazing. Shape is what allows us to cut the cooking time down. So it's a huge convenience for consumers. And as I mentioned, in a few short weeks, we will be introducing a new item. It is a convenient on-the-go pasta meal option, like all of our product, nutritious, delicious, made with only simple ingredients. So we think that this will really be useful for consumers as they try to live healthier in their busy lives. And as I mentioned, we have a lot of stuff in the hopper across multiple categories and eating occasion.
So I like
yeah, David,
yes.
Let me add a little bit to this too. So with the introduction of spaghetti and Agile, we've been out across the country letting people taste and sample. We've given out somewhere in the range of 35 to 40,000 samples of our pasta in lots of different settings. And consistently what we are hearing back from people is, I am amazed at the texture. It tastes like the nostalgic taste of pasta that I've always wanted. They're amazed at the taste because that light nutty taste is so subtle that it doesn't disrupt any flavor profiles when you're creating a meal. And they're amazed that it's a single ingredient product. So we're eager to expand on the yellow pea and all the possibilities that it can offer. We truly view the yellow pea as the next superfood, because it allows us to respond to consumer desires for simple products with clean labels. So we're very excited about the future.
Oh, no, it's an exciting future. So here's a wild card question. Is ZenB planning on developing any other sources than peas for some of its products? Are you looking at other legumes or grains or seeds that might be a good support system?
Yeah, absolutely.
Or companion is a better word, probably. A good companion to yellow pea.
Our R&D team and R&D center is incredibly busy. They are working on things that I'm not even aware of. And I think that's what you get when you have really creative, curious, and smart people in a room. So we're absolutely looking at a lot of different, what I would call them, bases or strategic ingredients. Right now, our focus is on the yellow pea. We think there is so much more potential on what yellow pea can do, both from taste, health, and sustainability standpoint. But definitely, we are actively looking at other ingredients.
Okay, and yeah, you don't have to.
We're a nine.
Well, go ahead, Hugo.
We're a company that's been around for over 200 years. We've been a part of flavor. Our parent company, Ms. Can, has been developing flavors for 9 generations. it's a privately held company, and the family is ultra committed to uncovering new ways to help the people of the world eat healthy, eat sustainably, eat with flavor, eat with enjoyment. So the yellow pea is just scratching the surface. Stay tuned. There's a lot more to come.
Okay, I had to ask. There's just so much R&D going on out there, and competition is fast and furious. And it sounds like you guys are staying a step ahead. Listen, I want to thank both of you, Zilian, Hugo, for a great insider's view of what's happening at ZenB. It all seems very exciting. We do look forward to seeing these new products on shelves, and hope you guys will come back, share more with us some other time. I also want to thank our audience for joining us. I hope that you've gotten as much out of this as I have, and we've had just this great look at what's happening at ZenB with our Head of Innovation, Zilian Cheuk, and with Hugo Perez, who's one of the executives on the team. And I also want to invite the audience to check out our expanding coverage at preparedfoods.com under the media menu. You'll find a lot more on-trend topics of interest to food and beverage formulators, and all by qualified experts in the industry. So thank you for joining us. Look forward to seeing you next time.